What's up, guys, and thanks for tuning into the Crypto Stackers nightly live stream where we go through and find some trade setups. I'm going to share this live stream on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, it would be great if you do the same. Otherwise, drop a like on your way in and help the algorithm recommend this to more people. We're going to get right into some trade setups. We've already covered Bitcoin and Ethereum just about every single night. However, there's some large caps that I do want to cover as well, and we'll kind of repeat the same levels that we've been talking about for Bitcoin and Ethereum, because ETH is starting to move a little bit, kind of hung in limbo all day today up until recently, kind of just bleeding down from the 1620, 1630 level. We'll quick refresher on the Ethereum levels that we're watching. We'll get these margin pressure levels in. And for those of you who may be new to the Crypto Stackers live stream, these margin pressure levels just simply isolate for leverage trading behavior in the market and allow us to predict very strong support and resistance levels ahead of time. All right, 1785 to 1790, that is still the target. Now, it does look like we may get a correction before we get all the way up to 1790, 1785. It will be interesting to see how tomorrow plays out. And then, of course, the Monday open for the S&P 500 will also be interesting. We can just take a look real quick at SPX futures and see if there's any large deviations. 3779, and on SPX we're at 3770. So as of right now, slightly above where we closed at. All right. Yeah, there's really not much to go over here. We have RSI giving us very, on the 4 hour, I'd say slightly bearish divergence. And you can always push up one last time through bearish divergence, or continue to push up through bearish divergence. And this would lend itself to the idea of, hey, if we do go up to 1790 or 1800, there's a very likely chance that the trend is exhausted and we get a correction there. Welcome everybody to the chat. I can't get to everybody's name, so I'm not going to even try, but I see some familiar faces, and it's great to see everybody here in the Saturday night live stream. We come on live stream every night, 10 p.m. Eastern time, every single night. All right, that's Ethereum. We've got our levels that we're going to be keeping track of. Guys, Solana and AVAX hit the short levels from yesterday, and unfortunately, I missed both of those trades. So that is now three trades that I've missed. Now, it's important from a psychological standpoint to understand that there are three outcomes. There's really kind of four outcomes. One is that you don't take the trade, or the trade doesn't fill, in which case you lose no money, right? So it's a wash. I'll just say, it's a wash, or your account moves $0. You either don't take the trade or the trade doesn't fill. If the trade fills, you have three outcomes. One, you lose money. The next is that you stay even, or the third scenario is that you make money. So if you take a trade and you don't lose any money, you get stopped out at break even, that's still a more favorable outcome than taking a trade and losing money. So it's important to understand. So I took the AVAX trade. It filled. And I should have taken the Solana trade. I just never got around to putting the order in for whatever reason. We're going to go over both of these trades in just a second. And in hindsight, this was even not in hindsight, in real time, this was just a very obviously good short. We had bearish divergence here on the 4 hour for AVAX, and we very clearly hit our resistance zone. I'm going to show you this resistance zone with our long margin pressure levels, which do happen to be strong margin pressure levels. If I get this on the local high here, get this on the right wick here, and one off, there we go. You're going to see we had a 3x short and a 3x long resistance level. Remember, these margin pressure levels are predictive indicators. We had these ahead of time showing us that $20.57 is a big resistance level. Now I'm going to mark that 2057 to 2059 level out. I'm going to get rid of the long and the short levels, and we're going to zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to show you exactly what happened to me. I got into this trade and I saw it hit because it hit this morning, right? 20, get rid of that guy. 2057 right there. This trade filled. I put my stop loss in at break even. It came up to take me out 5 minutes later, and then it was down from there. Arguably, actually pretty inarguably the right play when this happens, when we come up and make a wick like that, and that wick is only that wick is very, very close, 0.3% away from our level, and then we have another strong level at 2059. The correct way to play this is to put the stop loss above that wick. That's pretty undeniable. That's normally how I play it. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's the weekend and just wasn't sharp for whatever reason. I put the stop loss in right there, got stopped out. It's unfortunate. And then the Solana trade we'll get into in just a second. Some people printed, I saw, with this Solana short. Just to show you guys, these are our levels from last night. Last night we put in the levels 2057 as resistance, and then Solana resistance at 3879. So these aren't like levels that we're looking at in hindsight. We mapped these out last night. I put the AVAX trade in, didn't put the Solana trade in. Let's see here. We'll get the long and the short levels going. And I don't know if this was off of our most recent local. Yeah, it looks like our entire range here. The good news is Solana pumped today, and Solana is my second largest bag, next to Ethereum. So it was a good day for the overall portfolio. That's for certain. And again, we had a really strong level here, a 3x and a 5x short at 3870 and 3879. If you put the order in at 3870 or even 3879, you may not have gotten filled on 3879 depending on what exchange, but you can't make this stuff up. These levels are so stinking accurate sometimes. Most times they're accurate, but sometimes they are just right on the money. And with AVAX and Solana, they were absolutely on the money. Regrettably, for whatever reason, just did not put this trade in. It's a bummer. Had a couple good trades go my way. The Near Protocol long I caught the other day. It's currently still in the Cardano long, still in the BNB long. But that now marks 3 trades that I've missed out on. Now, have I lost money on those trades? No. I missed out on the Matic long, missed out on the Solana short, missed out on the AVAX short. Or I filled the AVAX short and then just put my stop loss in too soon. Yeah, but the good news is that those are mechanical errors, and our actual system and indicators are super accurate, which is really nice to see. So that's the good news here. Render going up. See it in the chat. Nice little pump going on here. Yeah, look, it's kind of we got an alt season in the making here. It's definitely making up. Yeah, render's kind of like what is it like? I don't even know how to describe it fundamentally. It's like outsourcing your computer capability to render stuff. RNDR. Look at the tokenomics real quick. It's not terrible. It's like a little under 60% circulating. Whoops. Sorry about that. Blind you a little bit. All right, let's see where this would be attractive to potentially come in short. Okay, also, we need to bring our Solana and AVAX levels back down, and we'll go back to find those support levels in just a second. And I also want to look at Casper. Render. Okay, let's actually move into the hourly so we can get a little bit closer. All right, so where would we want to potentially pick this up as an entry point? Well, $1.04 has already hit after this big move upwards. That's being aggressive. That's an aggressive long there. Otherwise, we can be a little less aggressive and wait for a correction down to 92.9 cents. So RNDR support 0.929 and 1.045. And then resistance is going to be, let's move this up a notch, 139.4. That would be an optimal level to short at. Okay, render. That one was easy. Zoom out to the daily real quick. Yeah, I don't even really want to bother with the short levels on this because they're from there, 165. Yeah, move these down. 20. Yeah, I wouldn't really be worried about the short levels, more so the long levels on Solana. I do want to do TRX, and we're also going to take a look at TON, which is, for whatever reason, I haven't heard of it, and it just popped up on CoinGecko as a top 32 ranked market, or coin by market cap. I guess this launched in August of 2021. I don't know where I've been, but apparently this is launched by Telegram, or developed by Telegram. I don't know. Maybe they just rebranded to something else, and now it's, or they just listed on CoinGecko. I don't know. TRX. TRX has a very, very interesting pattern going on here. Very interesting indeed. If I had to guess, this looks like it's going to break upwards. I'm not particularly bullish on Tron just in general. I'm not even that familiar with its tokenomics. I just know that it is okay, it's fully circulating with just an inflation rate, or long tail inflation. Let's see. TRX, support and resistance levels. Let's do our long levels first off this wick. All right, so we are finding some support on that 6.2 cent level. All right, and then we're gonna get our short levels on here. Yeah, 6.186. That gives us a really nice confluence. Right, so I actually would not mind, now that we've popped up above this level, grabbing a long here. So I'm gonna go TRX support 0.6186, and let's show those longs one more time. 6219. 0.06219. There we go. Guys, I do put these levels in the Crypto Stackers Smart Money Discord every single night after we go through the show. So if you can't tune in every single night, or 10 p.m. every night, that's tough for a lot of people. If you still want the levels that we go through, head over to the Crypto Stackers .pro website, sign up for the Smart Money Discord. It's only $9 a month, and you get a ton more value, not just these levels. This is just one alpha channel. I put it in the trade setups channel. We have the easy bands alerts, Nansen analytics. We actually are seeing some accumulation of wrapped Bitcoin, and we saw some profit taking of Ethereum today, right? If we go and see what Smart Money's dumping a little bit of, we saw a 24 million reduction in compound ether, a $17.7 million reduction in wrapped Ethereum, Shiba Inu getting dumped as well. A little bit of profit taking on Matic as well. As far as what's being accumulated, we saw some wrapped Bitcoin getting accumulated. So slightly bearish there for ETH in the short term. We'll see if it can make another rally though. We'll see if the price can hold up despite Smart Money taking some profits. Now, despite that, interestingly, we did have stablecoin percentage going down, which shows that Smart Money is deploying their stablecoins. And we did see stablecoin exchange flow look bullish, more stablecoins moving onto exchanges. And then the Ethereum exchange flow is still holding steady and even moving downwards a little bit, which is, again, bullish for Ethereum. So we're getting mixed signals here, but I'd say, a couple signals bullish for ETH, one signal bearish for ETH. And that's TRX. Let's look at Casper. Casper had a really nice pump, and it's kind of settled down enough that it does start to become a little bit interesting to see if this is going to end up running again. And we, of course, have to go bring our margin pressure levels over, since Casper is a relatively newly launched token. Looks like we've got data going back to July. All right, we're just going to select our range high and our range low, and you see that long level was beautiful in terms of an entry point. Both prior resistance turned into support, and our short levels don't give us a ton of confluence, so we're actually going to move these down a notch and just see if that gives us anything. And that does give us more support at 0.03752 to 3788. So what I would be willing, or the level that I'd be looking at as support for Casper, would be 0.03788 for support. Guys, do let me know in the chat which coins you want me to take a look at. Yep, we can look at Filecoin, Anchor. Yeah, Google Cloud did just become a Solana validator. That's pretty big news. And then you've got Helium. They're launching their Solana phone, and they're going to be using Helium token and Helium network. So I'm surprised Helium hasn't pumped a little bit more than what it has, but it's been delisted from some exchanges. Filecoin. Look, Filecoin just has a ridiculously large fully diluted market cap. Fully diluted valuation. Not interested in the long levels too much here. Looks like we could get something at 944. I'd be more interested in trying to short this. But we kind of have we just have this weird wick that these margin pressure levels aren't really respecting that level very much, nor is it really respecting. I mean, that level's there, but it's just not perfect. It's not as clean as what I would like to see. We move that there. Yeah, this would be, I'm going to write off Filecoin as like, this is a no-go for me. I wouldn't be interested in trading this personally. It's just not giving clean levels. So yeah, not ideal, but there's other stuff that we can trade that's going to give us a better look. Again, we're looking at things from a trading perspective here. Anchor. Anchor's pretty low cap, I believe. 158. Okay, so they're mostly circulating. Anchor's just a liquid staking protocol similar to Lido, I believe. All right, Anchor. Let's move this over to our wick up and see if it's trading with any. And look, guys, if it's not trading on a derivatives exchange, then yeah, it's on BitGet, which has derivatives. Let's look at perpetuals. Femex, Binance, Bybit. Yeah. Funding rate, open interest, not a ton of open interest, not a ton of volume. So again, this might be similar to Filecoin, where the levels just aren't super clean. And look, there's just going to be better stuff to trade, better pairs to trade. If this is something that you want to look at as a longer term investment, I mean, just pull up the easy bands and look at it there. But this isn't giving me really clean levels to work with. Okay, let's see. I want to do BNB because, excuse me, we are poking our head out of this ascending triangle. And I want to show the next resistance level. All right, so what we want to do is we want to see support made on top of 345. 342 to 345, and then the next level up would be 385, and that is really where I'll be looking to close the trade that I'm in from 268. Profits are locked in. At this point, I don't know exactly where my stop loss is. I've just been moving it up. It's probably right here below this previous high at this point. I could probably move it up even as high as like 338. Otherwise, we just are targeting 385. 385 is our next resistance level. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. And could it go a little bit higher? Let's throw our 385, 395, 446, all interesting levels. 446 is a little bit of a stretch target. Not to say that BNB can't get there, but we've just been in this this very sharp trend upwards, and it's going to exhaust sooner or later. Right, yeah, we can already see it starting to stall out just a little bit. So I'm going to go with that 385 level. It seems a little bit more logical. Right there. 385 for BNB. $385 support, guys. I wouldn't necessarily be looking. I've already been in a long here, and this could end up being a deviation where we come back down into our ascending triangle, and you could end up getting a better position down there. Now, that being said, in the short term, we do have some support and some resistance here. Obviously, the structural resistance or structural support. Sorry, we do have some support here. We have structural support right there. But we also have some margin pressure level support at around 342 to 345. So if you wanted to catch a long on this trend, be my guest, but it's being a little bit preemptive, a little bit greedy here, especially after we've just moved this aggressively upwards. I personally, that's not a trade that I'd be looking for. I'd be more looking for something to come, maybe do this and come back down, and then 306 to 308 would be a great place to reload at a long. So I'm going to put 307 to 308. If you want to jump the gun at 348, 345, go ahead, but that's a little bit risky in my opinion. Let's catch up with the chat here. Yeah, we can take a look at Helium Network as well as Sandbox, Secret Network. Can I review SPA? Like, what do you mean by review? Like, to look at the chart, or? Yeah, it doesn't even. It's not even popping up on CoinGecko, so I'm not gonna look at. It's rank 715. No, I'm not gonna look at it on stream. Sorry, it's just too low cap. Let's see. Yeah, we got FTT. We'll look at FTT first. Sam Bankman-Fried is just getting beaten up on crypto Twitter and in the media, and probably for the better. Been doing some shady stuff, shady dealings. So FTT not looking good at all. Got rejected there at the 2x short level. That would have obviously been a really good short entry point in the last couple days, or last week. The rest of the market has been rallying, and FTT looks like absolute garbage after. Sam, I actually saw a really interesting thread on FTT that basically FTX has a ton of, on their balance sheet, like a large portion of it, billions of it is made up of by FTT tokens, but there's no way for them to access that liquidity because they would have to sell the FTT to access that money. And in doing so, they would crash the price of FTT and never get their money out. So it's, FTT does not look great. If it pops back up, I think it'd be another good shorting opportunity at 26.29. FTT resistance 26.29. Right, if we get another one. Now that being said, look, if it pops back up here, that would be putting in some sort of an ascending triangle, which is a bullish pattern. However, we know that they don't always pan out that way, so we'll see. I wouldn't want to long this, or I'm not looking for any longs, but let's see what happens if we throw in this local low. Sorry for yawning, guys. I am drinking coffee right now. I don't know why I'm yawning. I think it's more because I'm just talking. You can maybe look for a long at 2176. 21.76. All right. Let's look at HNT. All right, HNT has fallen so far. We're on Binance US here. I don't know if this wick is even worth charting out. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it held its support twice now. So 388 seems to be the level for HNT support. 3.88. Let me check HNT's circulating supply. Yeah, I mean, it's like, what, 60%? Not horrible, but it is inflationary. And then our short levels, let's see what we have here. We'll throw them on there. That's going to be... Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, like, 388's pretty strong support, as is 390, 398, 397.9. HNT's just been beaten up so bad in this bear market. And then the next level down would be 298. 298 would actually be, I'd consider 298. All right, there's our support levels for HNT. Look, I have no interest in shorting HNT when it's down this far. This was a $61 token at one point, and it's currently sitting down 93%. It's like the short trade, the money has already been made on the shorts. Like, yes, can it drop another 60% and come down to this range of $1 to $2? Sure, it's possible, but the risk reward is just not ideal there. All right, let's look at Sandbox. You guys know I'm not even gonna beat up Sandbox. I'm not gonna beat it up. I'm not gonna do it. You guys know I'm just not a big fan of Metaverse personally. But that doesn't matter. Some people are, and it could still run as a narrative. Let's see if we can get that a little bit cleaner. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that's the support zone. If it comes back down to this level, you could likely catch a bounce. 76. Just, do you want to play the short levels or the long levels? Last time the short levels failed you a little bit, and the long level is what came in. Short level could definitely be moved down here, and that's more in line. There we go. That's cleaner. Yeah, so support would be at 72.55. Sand support 0.7255. We are churning through the charts this night, tonight. We're getting after it. All business this evening. Looking for some trade setups. Looking for some good levels. Secret network. Resistance at 1.09. Hasn't really been respected all that much. Not really. It's kind of a weird wick. Secret network. This is no good to me. I mean, let's even look at the price action. It's like, how are you trading? Like, that's looks terrible to trade. Looks really bad for trading. So, not going to trade Secret Network. Oasis Network, sure. long levels from all the way over here. All right, let's get rid of the long levels for now, and let's just focus on the shorts from this nice clean top that we had. And where's support coming in? Support has been repeatedly coming in at around 0.058. We had our, this looks a lot like the AVAX situation where we had 2 deviations below it. We came back up above, we tagged, got our long trigger. This to me would be interesting to short at 0.07749. This over, yeah, and then we have that 3x long where we'll run out of a little bit of steam there. You could get in on this trend at 0.6697. Right, looking at that as a shorter term support level. I wouldn't hate that. I'll be honest, I wouldn't hate that. We do have a nice trend upwards. It's just a matter of how well crypto holds up in the next, day or two. If you're bullish on the rest of the market, then it's probably fine. Inverse head and shoulders kind of playing out here, but 0.07749 would be what is this, rose distance? 0.07749. Support, I'm going to put SR flip, but I'm going to put 0.6697. And I don't feel great about that. I'm not taking that trade, but it is a level that could be relevant. And then we move this guy over. Yeah. All right. Let's do sushi. All right. Let's get rid of the short level. Actually, let's actually isolate for the short levels, and let's look at this guy right there. Okay, we're approaching some support at $1.76.7. Looks like we could be building some support there. We're really starting to move. We're actually seeing like an ascending triangle build on RSI here. Let's see. Bearish divergence though on the daily. So wouldn't be looking for a, and then you also kind of have like what this is, like an ascending bearish wedge or a bearish ascending wedge. Usually these break to the downside. So if we break this level, boom, 132.6. We're probably gonna have multiple levels to write down here. Sushi, support, resistance, 0 or 1.326. We might change that depending on how the long levels shake out. Let's go our short levels off of this one. All right, 251.3 is going to be a really attractive level to short, I would say. Looks like this one has played out a little bit, holding his resistance here multiple times. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's get rid of the shorts. Let's throw on our longs. For those of you guys who may be new to the stream, we're using margin pressure levels, and I know I don't expect you to understand what this indicator is kind of showing us. I do have tutorials on the website, cryptostackers.pro, if you're interested in learning how it works. 171.8 is also support. So, okay, hold on. And 1.71.8. Yeah, these are going to start to get really messy. Start to get real messy. All right, so that long level looks like it held pretty decently. All right, what was our short level off of this guy? And then Okay, so we do have a little bit of support in here, but these levels are starting to get messy because we have a lot of highs and a lot of lows. All right, so we've had structurally we've had a nice big move here. You know, I think a move down to this region could be somewhat likely. Let's move this guy over here, and that's where we get that 128 level again as big support. 8, 1.29. So for sushi, I would actually really bid I'd be willing to bid 128 really hard. This level has been a really key pivot level recently for sushi swap, and if we were to get a larger correction down to $1.28, $1.29, I'd be looking to bid there pretty heavily. Our long levels do come in at $1.72, so that's fine. Support, yeah, $1.718. If you're really bullish, but this is giving us a bearish look. This is giving us bearish signals, reversal signals. So I'm not looking to long this until it gets a full correction, and maybe that correction could come back down to this level, and we could probably find some margin pressure levels there. But the strength is really at $1.28. So. What I mean by this, and yes, these ascending wedges can pop to the upside. I'm not saying that sushi swap can't just go on a crazy run, especially if the narrative shifts and we see, you know, the rest of the market really rally. But we are starting to see a little bit of bearish divergence, on the daily, and I don't want to ignore potential top signals. Could this go up one more time and give us yet another set of bearish divergence? Sure, this could go and make a new high, and then we get a correction, right? And then that correction maybe comes down to $1.72. We consolidate, and then we move up or down from there. But more going to be looking for a larger correction to reload on a long, or just looking for a short level. Okay. We can look at Nano, but guys, like, it's not a good coin to trade. It's, if you like it from the long term, like I do, that's fine. Like I have a bag of Nano, but like from a short term, everyone wants to look at Nano, but it's like from a trading perspective, like look at these wicks. Like I'm not even going to chart these out because like you're just going to get liquidated or stopped out on everything. Like that's, and then on top of that, if you look at like the last 100 and however many days of price action, last 174 days of price action have been in essentially a fairly tight range, right? A 50% range from bottom to top, but you know, it's just been super tight. Like this is not a good coin to trade in the short term. Let's do Cosmos and Dot. All right, we can throw in our long levels. Now, note that Dot does have high inflation due to the large staking rewards. So from a long-term perspective, you just want to make sure you're staking it. From a short-term perspective, that lets us know that we can be a little bit more short biased. And let's actually throw on the easy bands first, just to see where we're at. Okay, we're sitting at the 21-week simple moving average, so there's no reason to suspect a really large move up or down. RSI looks fine. Let's adjust that. Maybe put the long levels there. All right, so we do have some support, 3x short there, 3x short, 3x long. This to me is this is no trade. Like I just if I don't see a super clear trade, then I don't really want to force it. The long levels seem to be somewhat accurate here. So if you really wanted to long this, you can go 644.9. Dot support 6.449. But it looks like this short is already coming in at 725. All right, let's do Cosmos. Cosmos. There we go. All right. It looks super similar to Matic price action for the most part. We did have support here at this 3x short level, and then we did get deviations below it, but we came back up, tagged it, and now we're starting to move back upwards. Let us check our SI real quick on the daily. Not seeing anything super interesting on the daily, but I do want to zoom out to the weekly for this because we do have a pretty clear trend. All right, weekly RSI looks very straightforward. Not seeing anything alarming. Could be, if we don't get a bid, we could get slightly bearish weekly RSI, but it's not confirmed yet. And yeah, I mean, like, it's very slight. So it'd be there and there. That's not egregious, but yeah, it would be a little bit more bearish than bullish to have that RSI. But I'm not too worried about it. All right, let's go with our long levels here. That. Okay, another really clean short level. So I haven't been charting Atom, but if you shorted that, that's super clean. So it looks like AVAX, Solana, and Atom all came to their short levels, or to the their resistance levels just about perfectly. You could still short this if it goes for another attempt. 15.828 resistance. Support is down at 14.069. And this is going to give us amazingly confluent levels. Okay. We have 5x, 6x confluence. So this would be a very big buy level. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, well, it's not going to come all the way down to $13. Hey, look, I mean, that's... Do I want crypto to drop 16 or 17% this week? No. But could it? Certainly. And if it does, we want to be buyers at that level. So we do have 1406, and then we also have 13.19, 1319. All right, those are our confluent levels. And then if it comes all the way down to 1186, then that's fine as well. All right, that's Atom. We are smoking through some charts this evening. Andrew's asking if, in your opinion, Force, is it better to trade the top 10 to 15? Yes. Yes, you're going to get better spreads, better liquidity, there's going to be more leverage, at least for my trading strategy using margin pressure levels. They're going to respect margin pressure levels a little bit more. You're going to get fewer scam wicks, wicks that are just like what we saw on Nano, where it's just the wicks are all over the place. Price action is just in general going to be cleaner. And you're going to have less anomalies in the top 10. And like top 100 is fine too, right? Really top 50 is there's a lot of great charts in the top 50 to be trading. But when you start going outside of the top 100, depending on what the tokenomics are and what, what kind of liquidity you have and what exchanges they're listed on, they can become very unattractive to trade. Let's do the graph. I know a couple people in the Crypto Stackers Smart Money Discord have been crushing it lately, trading the graph. So that is always great to see. All right, this is an interesting chart because we could get really confluent levels if we throw our shorts there, and I think that's fine to do, and we have seen some respecting of these two levels right there. So that would be a short or a resistance at 11.21. GRT 11.21 resistance, support or more resistance at and 0.10996. So it looks like we'd have gotten a really clean read out, or a SR flip. We go to the hourly here. So the way that you would trade this in real time, which I admittedly have not been doing a great job of recently with AVAX and Matic, those two trades that I talked about, where didn't lose any money, which that's a good outcome. At the end of the day, that is a good outcome to not lose any money in a trade, but just ended up missing the trades. All right, we are on the correct levels. All right, so the way that you trade this is, all right, we break above it. This turns into, you know, a deviation, right? And then once we break below, you look to short, right? You'd look to short this tag of this level right here. And this one's a little bit choppy, but still very tradable, right? We came down, we popped back up, and then this turns into your short trigger right there. Now, let's say you had originally shorted this level, let's say right there, you short this level, it comes out to stop you out in profit, and then it starts pushing up. It turns into a long trigger right there. And obviously in this case, it did come back down to stop you out. Otherwise, this could have been your long trigger, right? In which case it came back down to stop you out again, stopped you out. This is your short trigger. Now we're moving downwards and you're in a profitable trade. A little bit sloppy there on the 15-minute, but you know, it's never going to be perfect. Now we do have some attractive support here at 935, which is our 5x long level. Support is at 0.0935. That's going to be kind of shorter term, you know, maybe a shorter term trade, but I think it's fine to look for a little scalp there. All right, let me kind of zoom out here. Let me go to the 4 hour to look for some divergences. No, this is all clean. This is all fine. If anything, this is going to potentially print bullish divergence, right? So if we get RSI coming down, right, into a lower low, and the graph does not go below 8.5, that is indicative of bullish divergence printing, and that would probably look like that or like that. So 934, this is a trade that I'm potentially interested in. Put a little asterisk next to it to remind me. And then I also want to put an asterisk next to Atom because those trades looked pretty good. Personally, I'm not interested in Sandbox or Rose. HNT was interesting to me, but you got to be careful because it does have, and TRX was interesting. HNT's been delisted from some exchanges, so it doesn't have the most volume. So it may not be the most, the best chart to trade. But TRX was also interesting to me. Solana and AVAX, those trades have already kind of come and passed, but we could get a double top. Just have to be a little bit more careful shorting it the second time around. All right, we've done a lot of charts this evening, and we kind of skipped you know, the normal overall global macro view that we take. It's Saturday. We don't have the S&P 500 to go over. We don't have oil or really DXY or any, like, a lot of markets are closed, so pretty much just crypto open right now. Tomorrow we will go over some FX, some forex stuff. We can trade that on G-Trade. Yeah, the US 2-year down. That's good to see. 10 years up a little bit. Yeah. Overall, I think we could be in for a little bit of a correction here in everything, but overall slightly bullish. this level on ETH. 1565 could turn into some strong support. We also have 1586. If we move this back a notch, that's going to give us this level at 1586, I believe, right there. So we do have a nice little zone of support here for ETH. If you were so inclined to get in on a bullish or you know, get in on a long trade, that would probably be the zone to do it. I'm personally already long from 1522. I think this is getting a little bit greedy to try to long here, but I do think that we could be in for a move to 1785. So if you're just kind of desperate to get in a move, I think that's a little bit risky, but you know, I think it's fine. It's just this bearish divergence makes that very, very risky. Very risky. Especially since, you know, RSI hasn't come down. So we'll see. Maybe we get a bounce off of the 50 RSI in the next couple days. And then, you know, maybe we don't even have to break that trend or make a higher RSI for us to move up to 1785. Maybe we can just squeeze the shorts up there. Solana giving a lot back today. It made a lot of ground, but it's down from its high here 8%. So that short would have been just a great short. I believe that low. We're starting to get a little bit of support here, so this could be our first level. Yeah, that's a good level. Could be our first level that we get a little support coming in. A little bit of a bounce here at 35.79. To continue this trend. Nothing alarming on the RSI whatsoever. This is the first leg, so to speak. The first really, you know, large pump we've seen out of Solana. So yeah, definitely get. We'll see if we get some follow through. It's just, I think it's going to depend on what Bitcoin and ETH do and some other stuff in the market. We did HBAR last night, so go check last night's stream if you want to see HBAR. I'll show you the levels that we were looking at. HBAR support 0.634, resistance 7.4 cents and 11.1 cents. We also did Aptos, Curve, Maker. Okay, let's actually review Maker because this is a trade that I'm interested in. Maker. I don't know where it is on the right there, so I'll just type it in. Andrew, I see your question. I'll get to that regarding bullish or bearish divergence in just a second. Maker. All right, this is a trade that I do want to look for a long position in. I don't know why I'm biased long on Maker recently. I just am, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just because this monstrous trend from, you know, this monstrous 2x. Move that over there. Let's just get rid of the short levels for a second. Let's clear this chart up. Let's move our long levels down to our local low. All right, I want to get in at 872. That is the level I want to see this come back down to. It gives a really clean inverse head and shoulders there off of that original 872 level that I tried to long and then got liquidated on. So my two worst trades, two losing trades of the week were of last week and I guess kind of still this week, tomorrow, Sunday. Lost on Matic, lost on Maker, but overall still a really good week because we got the Ethereum trades, we got and that made up for a lot of everything. We were already in the BNB trade, already in the Cardano trade, those printed, and then we also caught Near Protocol, which is up, I believe, 200%, 25x leverage. The actual Near Protocol is only up like 20 cents or something, but overall pretty good. And we just had it feels like a worse week than what it actually was because I missed so many trades or got stopped out at break even before it ran. But I'm really, again, I don't want to be too overconfident here in Maker, but yeah, this is just, I really think after this type of bid, we could get some follow through on any type of correction that we get, some just in crypto in general. I think people are paying attention now and they're looking to buy those dips. They're starting to get greedy again. But we'll see. Maybe this pump was it. All right, that's Maker. And again, this is just simply, you know, SR flip, right? We had this deviation below, we recovered, that's bullish. Now we look for it to come back down, and then we long, and you know, hopefully it gets a bid there. Hopefully we're not the only ones bidding and it starts moving up again. Otherwise, you know, we could always see something along, some chop and then a move further down. And 775 looks like a pretty good level to long at as well. All right, so that's Maker. I already had this level, but Maker support 863 to 872. I'll probably put my order in at 873 just because we had this wick over here that was at 873, and just in case people try to preempt. All right, and then just kind of on the macro here, like looks like a nice inverse head and shoulders, and this could. Looking at this, it's like it's so clean, and other than this deviation that we just got, but even then, it's still, the deviation still respected on the other side of it, still respected our 872 level. Like it still held resistance here, then moved back down, got a higher bid and started moving up. So it's still respecting the levels. I just hope that it comes back down to tag my entry and then starts moving up. But the implied odds of this trade very high. So we look at the long position, right? Not going to be too worried about the risk because I just keep very tight stop losses in to a fault. But if we see this inverse head and shoulders play out, I mean, we're looking at a reward scenario where it's potentially moving to 1600. That's the next big resistance level. Let's check Maker's token circulating supply. 900, yeah, I mean like 90% circulating, so that's very good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is really, really nice. And all-time high sitting at 6,000. That'd be a beautiful trade. But yeah, implied odds really, really nice there. All right, so when I'm looking at, let's check divergences here first and see if I have a good example. Or see if Maker ends up being a good example. Doesn't look like it is. Okay, so what I will do is, off the top of my head, I know a chart that does have a good example of bullish or bearish divergence. Just so happens that I cannot find it. There it is, S&P 500 on the weekly. This is why I called this as a bottom right here. I said, I put out a tweet that said this looks like a bottom, day of. Am I always right about stuff like that? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But occasionally, I do get things right, and the reason I was able to get this right is because we had this bullish divergence here on the weekly. It's very strong. That is a very strong bottoming pattern for the S&P 500, and it is also in a month that we historically see a lot of bottoms in September and October for the S&P 500. Right? Go back. Now, does that mean, does the presence of bullish divergence indicate that it has to be a bottom? No, we had bullish divergence on the weekly here before the 2008 crash. Right? Bullish divergence right there. Wasn't big bullish divergence by any means, but it was still present. But we did get that correction upwards. We still got that move upwards. It's just then this started breaking down again. Right, so it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the generational bottom of the S&P 500, but this was fairly large bullish divergence for SPX, and we have gotten a move upwards. So maybe this was just a short-lived move upwards, and then we're coming back down. I don't know. don't know. Maybe we continue going upwards. Again, I don't know. But what bullish divergence allows us to do is it allows us to understand that, hey, the market's, it allows us to pick a general direction. Say the price action is not following what the momentum of the buyers. Buyers are coming in. It's just the price isn't moving up the way that it should. And that lets us know that there's an incredibly high likelihood of a bounce here. So the easiest way to remember bearish and bullish divergence is if you're measuring from the bottom, that is bullish divergence. If you're measuring from the top, that is bearish divergence. So I believe we had bearish divergence on the weekly. Where did this go? Maybe it was on the daily. Let me show you an example of bearish divergence. Let's see. Yeah, so here was bearish divergence, right? So RSI moving down, making a lower high. No, that's not bearish. What am I thinking? Bearish divergence. Here we go. Technically, if you're measuring from the top, if you have a divergence or a discrepancy, differentiation between the price action and the RSI in terms of higher highs and higher lows, and you're measuring from the top, that is bearish, right? Measure from the top, that's bearish. Measure from the bottom, that's bullish. Now, there's two types of divergences. There's hidden divergence and then there's divergence. So there's like hidden bullish and bullish divergence. But both are going to be bullish or bearish. The hidden just is with respect to, all right, so the RSI is tilting upwards and price is tilting downwards. I believe that's hidden bearish. Don't quote me on that. But you could also have a scenario where the trend of price action was upwards. Yeah, that would be traditional bearish. And then RSI is pointed downwards, right? And that would be normal bearish. So this is actually hidden bearish divergence. But you measure from the bottom, it's bullish. Measure from the top, it's bearish, which is logical. I mean, it's easy to remember because normally you would draw, a support level from the bottom, right, and expect a bounce upwards. So that's kind of the easy way to do bullish and bearish divergence. Yeah, let's look at AVE. Well, that is not what I wanted to look at. AVE USDT. Litecoins undergoing a halving. I'm not a big Litecoin person. I think it's just kind of Bitcoin, slightly faster Bitcoin, and you guys know how I feel about Bitcoin. I won't say slightly. It is a faster Bitcoin. I'm sure I'll get like some big Litecoin lovers telling me why it's different, but I don't think it does anything that like Ethereum can't do. All right. Okay, looking at the RSI here, looking at the weekly on AVE, just trying to get my bearings here. Longs. All right. All right, so we are getting a SR flip signal to the top side. So 91.2 would have been a great level to long. We're already starting to get a bounce off of it on the daily. Let's zoom into the 4-hour. To make sure I've got that wick correct. All right. AVE pumping through 91.2, bouncing off of it. That's a long trigger. If this turns into a deviation, this turns into a short trigger. So if we see the market spill off tomorrow, that's what we could end up seeing. So 91.2, I'm going to put in. Looks like I probably already had it in as a resistance level. Resistance 97.1. No, that's going to obviously carry down. Resistance. So our flip 91.2. Right. And this guy up a notch to our most recent local low. And that's where that actual resistance started to come in is at 97.1. So that level has held. That would have been a good entry point as well. We saw a 1% deviation above it. That's easy. That's no sweat right there. So 97.1 has already held as resistance. So looks like we could get some consolidation up here. Support would be 86.3. All right, guys, if you want access to these indicators, you can grab them at cryptostackers.pro. It's $399 once. You get the easy bands, the margin pressure levels, the risk reward levels, high-low scalping tool. Video tutorials for all of those are below. Those video tutorials are free. If you want to check out explanations of how these indicators work, I predominantly use the easy bands and the margin pressure levels, although occasionally I find the risk reward levels and the high-low scalping tool useful. You also get access to the lifetime access to the Smart Money Discord for free with the one-time purchase. So the way that works is once you sign up, you'll just be able to submit your TradingView username, and then we'll manually add you to the TradingView indicators, and you'll be able to access them within TradingView through the indicators tab. Invite-only scripts, they'll pop up here so that you can start using the easy bands, margin pressure levels, and such to chart out stuff, chart out crypto. They're very, very useful indicators. All of them are predictive indicators. I do not like lagging indicators. Lagging indicators are just telling you stuff that you already know. They're just, you'll see people trade moving averages, and you'll say, oh, the price is crossing this moving average. I mean, that's just saying that price is going up. It does not give us useful information. You're just saying that price is breaking out. That's great, but we want to catch price before it breaks out. We want to catch these pivot levels. So you might be wondering, what's the Smart Money Discord? Well, if you want to just check out the Smart Money Discord, it's only $9 a month, which is very inexpensive. And that price will be going up once we fill up all 5,000 spots, which we've got less than 2,000 spots left. Compared to most Discords, that is 10% of the cost. Most Discords cost around $50 or $99. And our price will probably go up to $49. This is the wins chat. So this is people posting their trading wins. We have a general community chat, questions chat, technical analysis feed, which is just gold. Tons of amazing technical analysis from the community members within the Crypto Stackers Smart Money Discord. And then the information flow channel is where if you want to take your knowledge, understanding, and I guess results in crypto to the next level, you need to be paying attention to the information flow channel. I go through and read this every single day. This is the alpha feed from Twitter. We've identified 40 to 50 smart money Twitter profiles, and we pull all of their tweets into this Discord for your viewing pleasure, really for your research. Now, a lot of these are the smartest people in crypto. These are the smartest people in crypto or macroeconomics that regularly post good quality, high quality analysis. So yeah, we've taken the time to identify those people, and we pay attention to what they say. Now, some of them might have big personalities, or might not be right all of the time, but there are different specialties among different Twitter profiles. Some people are really big in macro. Some people are traders. Some people trade or invest in low caps. Yeah, really, really useful channel there, and it's probably underutilized. Nansen Analytics, we've already kind of gone over this, but we are tracking smart money on chain to give us directional signals as to whether to be bullish or bearish in any given market. We track the smart money NFT mints, so what collections is smart money minting. We have the easy band alerts, trade setups, videos, and then we have the mastermind group down there, which you can join for $14.99 a year, but make sure that you'll have to schedule an interview before you can sign up. That's just to make sure it's a good fit for you. So that's more for people that are looking to really, really spend time in the crypto space, regardless of bull market or bear market, and take their crypto investing journey more seriously. It is not a get-rich-quick group. It is not a spoon-feed-me alpha group. It is a group of individuals who really want to take their crypto investing seriously and take ownership over it. So it's a group of like-minded individuals. We meet once a week, Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Eastern time, and we do record those meetings for anybody who can't make it to the meeting at that time. I am working on a video investing course that is not out yet. But you will receive that if you're in the mastermind group, you'll receive that for free. That'll be sold separately. Don't know what the price point will be. Probably like $400, $500, $600, probably $500 to $1,000. I don't know what it'll be, but that course will be coming out. My goal, that's like my New Year's resolution, like by January 1st, I want to have this course done. It's just going to be like everything that I know about crypto condensed into like 20 plus videos and pages. So it's a lot of information to get out, and believe it or not, I am a fairly busy person. I do stare at charts all day long and keep track of the market, and I'm working on some other projects as well. All right, guys. We did miss 11.11, so I hope that's honestly probably why the market's crashing, because we didn't make our wishes for the market to move up. Crypto Manny asking if I will have a holiday sale. No, I don't do sales, just because I feel like it's rude to the people who bought earlier. So it's like if somebody pays $399 and then a week later I say, oh, it's now for a limited time, it's only $99. It's like that person just paid like the actual price. So yeah, doing sales might be good for business, but it's I feel like it's rude to the people that are not signing up around the holidays. Yeah. And also just the prices are ridiculously lower than what most other I'd say comparable products, but honestly, I truly really believe in these indicators and the information flow in the Smart Money Discord. And I do think it's of higher quality than what a lot of other Discords are charging $99 a month for, or like, $1,500 to $3,000 for an indicator suite. Yeah. What's the other one? Market Cipher, I think it's like $1,200 to $1,500. Some people like it, but they're not predictive indicators telling you a lot of data that you can already tell just from price action if you learn to read price action. Can we look at Clayton? Yeah, we can look at Clayton. Yeah, so I'll try to answer both your questions, hopefully, regarding Clayton and continuation trades. All right, so first things kind of first here, let's zoom out and just looking at RSI. As far as like a continuation trade goes, RSI has come back down. Now it has broken the 50 level, which is a little bit bearish, but it is consolidating underneath the 50 level. That's fine. Basically, this is telling us, hey, we had a really big move up, but we've come down and we've consolidated, and we could potentially have another leg up. All right, so that's, first just kind of identifying, is this ripe for a continuation trade? Let's zoom out to the weekly for Clayton, and let's throw on the easy bands, just see where we're sitting. We are sitting at the 21-week simple moving average. When we are below the 21-week simple moving average, we know we are oversold, and where we're sitting in the green zone, we know we're oversold. We're sitting in the red, we know we're overbought. This is a low cap, so easy bands are only going to do us so many favors from a low cap that is relatively new on the market. They're going to be very volatile, so keep that in mind when you're using the easy bands. All right, zooming back into the 4-hour. Let's throw on our margin pressure levels from our most recent. We always want to be looking from our most recent local highs, and you'll see where that support has been coming in at 0.2284. So that would be the level that we'd want to buy. For 0.2284. Now, I will say that this hasn't, like, normally when you are buying margin pressure level, what you want to see is you want to see it come down to this level and then immediately spike upwards. That's essentially what we want to be looking for. Just like if we were shorting this, we want to be shorting the wick and see it immediately move down. Because we're just kind of bouncing here slowly, there's an increased likelihood of us just getting chopped out of this trade, which is fine. We just need to be aware of that. The way that you'd trade this would be, you know, if it drops below and then pops back up above, you look to buy that as the long trigger. So that's the you know, continuation trade there. Let me throw on longs and try to make that a little bit more clear, maybe with some sort of hindsight move. Okay, yeah, so I mean, we had this huge move upwards to 29 cents. We came down. So obviously, you know, a continuation trade, we're looking for a continuation of this uptrend. Right after this has kind of had this, you know, blow off top almost type thing, we'll move into the hourly. Make sure I've got that correct. And all we're doing is we're looking to buy this, like once it blows through this resistance level, pops all the way up, it comes back down. We're just looking to buy this as support. Right, and then we're in the continuation trade, right? So it's moving upwards. Right, it blows through here. We're looking to buy this as support. Right, it comes back down, looking to buy that as support. And it blows up again. Now, what do? We look to, now in this case, we have broken this level as support. And it looks like this could potentially be, you know, I mean, keep in mind, this has moved up 186%. So how long is this thing going to consolidate, and is it going to start moving up aggressively again? I don't know. I can't answer that. But the support level is 22 cents. And what you'll see here is lately we've just been consolidating in between these, you know, short and long levels. And eventually we'll probably break out one direction or the other. But you could also just range trade this here. You could buy 22.8 cents, turn around and sell 24. I know that is a tight range, but you could keep reasonably tight stops in. Right? Like even if you just wanted to do something like that. It's a short position. Let me get the long position out. You could always just range trade it. And I don't know if you could get 3-to-1 here. Yeah, it looks like you could get 3-to-1 risk to reward. See, that's fine. Could short that back down. And then if it takes you out, that's how you trade it. Right? If you short this resistance level, 24 cents, and it pops up above, you look to go long as it comes back down, and then hopefully it starts moving up. If it takes you out of this long position, that's your short trigger. Hopefully that makes sense. We already did Solana. We'll do Cello, and then that'll be our last chart of the evening because we've done so many charts tonight. We were all business tonight. No fun. Just straight blasting through charts, putting in the work. We're on the hourly. We need to get out to the 4-hour at least. All right. Yikes. Okay. I believe Cello is a fairly high quality project, my understanding, but price action not looking great. Let me check out the tokenomics. I think this is a scalability thing that they might have like pivoted. Sorry for blinding you. Blinded myself. Creators, and we want growth of local economies. We build products, so layer 1 blockchain and communities. Okay, so I thought they were a scalability solution, but I guess they pivoted into a layer 1, or maybe they were always a layer 1. I don't know. Tokenomics, 47% circulating supply, so that's not amazing. I mean, that's going to be prone to downside. Token unlocks and supply unlocks. Get our range here. I'll be honest, this looks pretty bad. Let's remove the long levels, go on the shorts. Let's pop that back there. You could trade this. If we recoup this level, there's your long trigger, but this price action's pretty sloppy. Move this down to our cleaner local high, and this would be the set that I'd be more interested in. So you could definitely buy this. I think it'd be a pretty clear buy at 60 cents. Cello support 0.60. And look, I mean, I'm not a big fan of shorting crypto that's, you know, ranked fairly high when it's already down 93%. So I don't love shorting this here, but I mean, it's a fair thing to try to do. Instead, I would just be looking for a recovery of this level of 80 cents and flip long. There we go. So that's Cello. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Saturday evening live stream. We're back tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern time. If you haven't already, please drop a like. If you haven't already, consider hitting the subscribe button if you enjoyed this content, if you learned something. If you want to get these levels every single day in the Discord, go over to cryptostackers.pro, join the Smart Money Discord. If you want access to the indicators, grab the predictive indicators. And if you don't already, do follow me on Twitter. I've been slacking on the threads just because I've been really grinding with trading and these trading live streams, as well as like the 2 other projects that I'm currently building right now. But we'll be looking to put out some more educational and informational threads soon. So follow me on Twitter at 0xstacker. Lastly, if you are interested in trading derivatives, there are links in the description below for several different exchanges. Bybit is my preferred exchange. There's also BingX. There's an affiliate link to BingX if you're in the US and you don't want to use a Bybit to trade derivative, or a VPN to trade derivatives. I believe BingX is US friendly and doesn't require a VPN. Also, if you want to trade directly from your MetaMask account, from your Web3 browser wallet, if you're comfortable with, you know, on-chain activity with MetaMask, then the exchanges that I like are Gains Network, which is G-Trade. Gains Network and G-Trade, you know, kind of synonymous, as well as GMX. I believe I have links in the description to both. Gains Network is particularly attractive because we can trade FX and stocks as well directly from our MetaMask wallet on Polygon. There are tutorial videos on Gains Network's website on how to move funds over to Polygon if that is something that you're not used to. Yeah, pretty straightforward there. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Peace.